with a new video. So today is all about housing in San Diego. So if you're considering moving to San Diego, or if you're here and you just want some extra tips, this is the video for you. So I want to start with saying we actually moved to San Diego from Sacramento probably, I believe it was August of 2021. So last year. We've been here since then. We love San Diego. San Diego is awesome. One thing that's very different about San Diego to maybe a little smaller city like Sacramento is that there are so many different communities where you could settle. Each little area has its own vibe, so I'm going to go through some of the main areas of San Diego. So some of the most popular spots you'll hear about include Gaslamp, which is downtown area, Little Italy, close to downtown. You can walk, really nice because you're right by the water. Also, Little Italy has a whole bunch of Italian restaurants, as you can tell by the name. Trendy spots, there's a lot of cool bars, there's a lot of cool brunch spots. So Little Italy is a really nice place to live in. It's hard to find housing there, but those are two of the initial ones that you'll probably hear about. Bankers Hill is a really nice area. It's also near the downtown area. It's closer to Balboa Park, so you do have easy access to the park if that's something you're into. Housing there is pretty limited as well. I mean, housing anywhere is going to be limited, so I'm not going to say it over and over, but just so you know, housing is limited. Bankers Hill is more of an area where a lot of professionals live. It's a little bit of a quieter neighborhood. It's not somewhere you would necessarily hear about a lot of partying or anything like that, but you are close to Gaslamp and Little Italy, so it's just a quick ride away. Also in Bankers Hill, you're close to Hillcrest. So Hillcrest is the space where all things are LGBTQ friendly. Highly recommend at least going to a couple places. I think it's called Hash-A-Go-Go. It's a brunch spot. They have huge servings. It's in Hillcrest. Housing there, from what I've heard, you're looking at mostly, apartment complexes and condos. You just have to kind of look. You have North Park. So North Park is considered as a really trendy area. What's different about North Park from a lot of other places is that everything is central. It is a super walkable neighborhood to the point where you can find nail salons, you can find restaurants, clubs, bars, you can find pretty much everything in North Park. So if you live in North Park, you probably don't even have to leave North Park. So next is Golden Hill. So Golden Hill is actually south of South Park. And then South Park is also south of North Park, if that makes sense. South Park is awesome because you do have access to North Park stuff, but you also get the kind of like cool vibe of South Park Golden Hill, which is one of the oldest areas in San Diego. So you'll see a lot of Victorian style homes, boutique shops, like a lot of cute flower shops, homey restaurants. This is definitely a place where a lot of people want to be. When most people are moving to San Diego, they're primarily looking at maybe Pacific Beach, so near Kate Sessions Park. Obviously, it's near the beach, so housing is going to be a little bit more limited as well there. It's a little bit more pricey. You're not going to get as updated of a place, but you're close to the beach, so there's definitely trade-offs. So you'll hear about that location. You'll hear about North Park because it's walkable. Everyone loves to be there. It's a young environment. And you'll also hear about Golden Hill / South Park. And that's really because, like I said, it is a really nice area. You do see those Victorian style homes, but you're so close to South Park and North Park that you kind of get 3 in 1. So those are definitely some neighborhoods that you want to check out if you're considering moving. There's so many different methods to find housing. I will say that moving to San Diego is really a hassle. So we actually started moving, or at least started the process of moving last year in May. So I had looked at like websites like Zillow, Trulia, Apartments, and I'll go over that a little bit later on kind of how I filter out good properties. So I went through all of those locations. And I had, sent little notes like, hey, I'm interested in this property. Please contact me. I've contacted, the landlords themselves, like texting them, calling them. For one, I didn't really get a response for maybe 2-3 weeks. There's maybe like 1 or 2 places that actually, responded back to me. And once I would, reach out to an apartment, I would check like 2 days later and it was gone. So the housing was moving so quick, which is still the case now, San Diego is definitely a desirable place to be, so the housing is really difficult to secure. So definitely make sure you have all your ducks in a row. Once you're starting to look, just have your documents already ready. Your pay stubs, your IDs, anything you would need to apply to an apartment, have all that stuff ready. So that way, if you do get a hold of them, you can say, hey, I can send you that stuff right now. I'm ready to apply. I'm serious. So these places were going super fast. So we actually had to fly down from Sacramento on a weekend and use that weekend to apartment hunt. So there were some that I had favorited on like Zillow that I went to check out. When I went to one property, which was in Golden Hill, I kid you not, there were literally like 200 people there for the open house and trying to apply, like eager people who were like, I'm serious about this property, like I really want to live here, please accept me as an applicant. I was just like, wow, this is intense. Like, what the heck? People are coming from all over the states to come to San Diego. So definitely just make sure you have everything you need ready to go and you apply to multiple places. Now, that gets tricky because of application fees. Apply to the people who are actually responsive to you and you're like, there's 2 options that I have. Let's see what we get. Okay, totally do that. So that whole housing process was so difficult for us. We ended up not getting our first choice. We went through the whole process and then we just never heard back from the person. So, I mean, that's kind of an indication of how competitive it is. We had checked out another spot and this spot was not something we had thought was going to be awesome. It's where we're living now. And once I saw the property, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much better than the pictures. Like, I love this spot, and I just fell in love with it. And so we actually live in Golden Hill. We're about a mile to a mile and a half away from the water. So I can actually see the Coronado Bridge. Highly recommend Golden Hill. The prices are increasing, so I'll show you a little bit about what the pricing is looking like now and just different areas of San Diego so that way you guys can all see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to start scrolling a bit so that way you all can see the prices. But as you can see already, prices are upwards of $3,000, high $2,000s for a 1-bedroom. So it's pretty hard to find something really affordable, but I usually just filter low to high just so that I can get a sense of what the lowest possible option is. Typically, you're going to get really cheap options for a studio, which is just not possible if you're, not living just by yourself. Then you'll get those random ones that are $14.95 like this one here, but it's not really updated. It's very small. 450 square feet for a 1-bedroom is super small. So I'm just going to filter to 1-bedrooms because that's what I would be looking for. That's what most people are looking for. These are some of the costs in this area, which isn't, super horrible. 1-bedroom, okay, seems pretty solid, or actually $1,750. So there's a little discrepancy there. This one is located kind of near North Park, which is an excellent area. And honestly, this is a decent looking property. It's not, I don't see anything wrong with it. Oh, my apologies. This is actually not North Park. This is Golden Hill area, South Park. So this is an excellent location. This is something that I would definitely do a double take on. So I'm just going to continue scrolling, see what's available. So as you can see, the prices are quickly jumping. We're almost in the 2000s already. You can see as I zoomed in on the map, the average cost really is above 2000. So if you find anything below 2000, you're really lucky. We have most 1-bedrooms. We have 2,500, 3,000 and above. Some low 2000s, but mostly, increasing up to 3,000. So anywhere from 2,500 and above. Keep in mind, I'm really only talking about the places that people would commonly hear about. However, there are places that are further out. You could go to Chula Vista, further down south. You can go to Poway, further up north, Carlsbad, Oceanside, Solano. All of these places you can definitely move to, but I'm specifically talking more about what's central San Diego. So I want you guys to be able to see what my favorite feature of our apartment is in Golden Hill. Can't really beat this. My favorite part of our living situation. You can see downtown San Diego right there. Those 2 buildings. You can also check those ones out. I haven't heard great reviews. They're called Spire and Pinnacle at the Park, but they're there. Have quite the setup over here. We love sitting here in our chairs, and I have some plants here. They get excellent lighting. So I have a spider plant right there, fern plants, some rubber plants, this little new plant that I just got. The rubber plants are doing really well. Then I have a terrarium and also some cacti and jade over there. I have like 28 plants now, so I'll have to give you guys an official tour of those at another time. So I know a lot was covered throughout that video, a lot of showing you guys how I searched for apartments, which may or may not have been helpful to you. I do plan to talk a little bit more about San Diego, so if that is something you're interested in, I'll have videos every week, so hope to see you soon. Bye.